while the Trump administration wages war of choice, burning through billions of dollars every single day, and now is asking Congress for more billions. Let's be honest with the American people. When it comes to war, there's always money. There's always money for weapons. There's always money for military contractors. But when children need food, when families need health care, or when a veteran comes home needing support suddenly, we are told there is not enough.
If you're not happy living in America, leave. It's a free country, and I agree with that assessment.
Let me tell you something. There are moments in Congress that are so real, so unfiltered, that even the people there can't believe what just happened. This is one of those moments. John Kennedy looked Ilhan Omar straight in the eye and said what millions of Americans have been thinking for years. And the reaction said everything. Stay right here, because this is a clip the media is already trying to hide. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, because we're the only ones giving you the full story. Now, before we get into it, let's be very clear about who Ilhan Omar is. This is a woman who has called America a force that destroys things on the world stage, who has suggested that American foreign policy is driven by bad intentions, who has again and again sided with foreign interests over the country that gave her everything. A refugee who became a congresswoman, a story only possible in the United States of America. And yet, again and again, she walks onto that House floor and treats this nation like it is the bad guy in the story. And John Kennedy had enough.
Our intelligence clearly showed, categorically, unequivocally, that Iran had restarted its nuclear warhead program. And let me say, I love the people of Iran, too. I mean that. I don't think much of their political leadership. The good people of Iran basically are being governed before and now with the new supreme leader by Jack Nicholson in The Shining. They are stone cold crazy. Their religion teaches them, their interpretation of their religion tells them that they have to kill people who don't interpret their religion the same way that they do. And when your religion tells you to kill somebody, as far as I'm concerned, it's time to get a new religion. But be that as it may, our intelligence clearly showed that Iran had restarted its nuclear weapons program, and its plan was to produce so many missiles, so many ballistic missiles, and to some extent cruise missiles and drones. In fact, they were producing between 200 and 600 ballistic missiles a month. Our intelligence showed that their plan was to stockpile so many missiles and so many drones that if we re-entered, or anyone re-entered Iran to stop their new efforts to obtain a nuclear warhead, that they would annihilate the entire Middle East. The entire Middle East. And other countries they could reach, like Turkey. That is a fact. That's what the intelligence showed. So the president, wanting to avoid a future war, said, I've got to intervene now. And here is our mission. I don't care what you've heard. This is what our mission is in Iran. We want to destroy their Navy. We want to destroy Iran's Air Force. We want to destroy Iran's missile production facilities. We want to destroy Iran's drone production facilities. We want to destroy or make them use as many of their missiles as they have and their drones. And we want to attack and destroy the infrastructure used by the Revolutionary Guard. And then we want to get out. Now, there's been a lot of speculation by some of my Democratic friends that, well, the president's going to put boots on the ground. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. If the president puts boots on the ground, the thud you hear will be me face planting from surprise. I will faint. How long will this take? I think a few more weeks, and then we will be out. Was our intelligence right? You better believe it was. What's the first thing, the very first thing that the Iranian leadership did? They started attacking all the other countries in the Middle East. They even fired a missile at Turkey. They even fired a missile at the United Kingdom, one of its bases in Cyprus.
'Cause here is what the left does not want to talk about. You do not get to stand in the halls of the United States Congress, get paid by America, live with American security, and spend your career telling the country that pays you that it is completely corrupt and evil. That is not bravery. That is not speaking truth to power. That is like biting the hand that fed you and then asking for more. Kennedy didn't back down. He didn't hesitate. He didn't do what most Republicans do, which is smile, shake hands, and give a carefully written statement 3 days later. He said what needed to be said right to her face. And the silence that came after, that told you everything you needed to know about how unready she was for someone who wasn't a step back. And this matters more than just one moment, because Omar isn't alone. There's a whole group in the Democratic Party that has built its identity around complaining about America that treats patriotism like it's something to feel ashamed of, that cheers when America is criticized on a world stage, and stays quiet when our enemies act. They've been doing this for years with almost no pushback, because the moment anyone pushes back, the whole media machine starts up and calls it racism or Islamophobia or whatever label will shut the conversation down fastest. But Kennedy didn't care about the label. He cared about the truth. And the truth is this: if you truly believe that America is a problem, that American power is a bad thing for the world, that American values are not worth defending, then you have a right to that opinion. This is a free country. But the American people also have a right to know exactly who is representing them. And they have a right to leaders who actually believe in the country they were chosen to serve. That is not a radical idea. That is the basic level. That is the minimum. What Kennedy did in that room was remind every American watching that there are still people in Washington who are not afraid to say the obvious thing out loud, that loving your country is not optional for the people we choose to lead it, that you cannot at the same time say you represent America and treat America like the enemy. Omar didn't have an answer for that, because there isn't one. Drop your reaction in the comments right now. Are you with Kennedy on this? Do you think more Republicans need to say this out loud instead of staying quiet? Hit subscribe. Share this video, because the mainstream media is not going to show this to you. We will, every single time.